What's good, YouTube? What's good, people? What's going on? How is everybody doing? How everybody doing out there? I guess you guys are having a wonderful trading week. I'm having a break, even one, but it's still a profitable week. Without, okay, I'm having a break-even one, but we're still in a profitable week, right? So people, this is Super Harlem, and I'm back again with another video. So in today's video, there's gonna be a weekly, okay, there's gonna be a review slash breakdown. But today we're having US study, and I'm about to update y'all on what might happen for the coming months because I can share updates and I can share top-down analysis for the coming 6 months or the whole year. But what is important is that what we spoke about, we also need to go back and rephrase and see what happened. Did we miss the entry? Did we take the entry? The price respected? The price was violated the zone, right? So without further ado, people, you guys know it that this is the monthly time frame, the time frame that we start with. And I'm in my bedroom today. It's a Wednesday. I don't feel like actually doing nothing. I just want to be in my bed. After I record, I want to be with my Discord for a few hours. I think from 12 p.m. and until 2. Yeah, from 12 until 2. And then I'm out. I'm in bed, sleep the whole day, recover, wake up later on, head to the gym, and just enjoy my day and my life, right? So on the monthly time frame, let's remember that like we did share something, right? Okay, price, I think it was still February when we spoke about this, and I did say, obvious, we're looking for price to either break above to retest and to move to the upside, right? Trading above our what, above our resistance. We say fail to break, we look for potential reversal. So when you look at the monthly, you can tell that price did do what price did respect what we spoke about, but it didn't get to where we were hoping to look for a potential reversal, right? So now, if you still see our current price, you can tell that price did already react to our what, to our resistance again. Price did move to the downside, right? Came back again, and we're having some sort of reaction on our current market price. So all I can say is right now from the monthly time frame, because price has already reacted to our what, to our zone. All I can say is we need to at least look for those intraday pullbacks or the intraday time frame pullback or exhaustion phase or retest to look for continuation to the downside. Or let's wait and see what will happen on this month. Is this candlestick going to close bearish or will it reject and level wick and move to the upside? But all I can say from what I'm looking at, price has already reacted to our support. So with price reacting on our support, on our resistance on the monthly time frame, all I can say is we look for a continuation to the downside following price. So the monthly time frame, there's nothing much that I can see. But from the past, so from what happened the previous months, what we spoke about the previous months, price did respect what we spoke about. Looking at what might happen right now, all I can say is prices already reacted to our zone like it did the previous month. So if history really repeats itself, then price will eventually continue moving to the downside, right? So on the weekly, time frame, we only see what really happened and what is currently happening. So you guys remember that it was still here. I can tell that price was having rejections, and I spoke about this. Prices created some sort of support, and prices react some rejections on our resistance. And I said prices already broke out and broke back in. I think it was from the 4 hour or the daily. And I said I'm looking for that retest below in anticipation of a continuation to the downside. So when you remember that I spoke about this, I said from the monthly, I'm looking for price to either break out to continue to the upside or for to break to look for that reversal. And when we got to the 4 hour, we had some sort of signal. Price broke out and broke back in and closed below. And we said we're looking for that retest above, for the retest below in anticipation of reverse of a continuation or reversal to the downside. So what I'm trying to say is top-down analysis should correlate in a way. So when you're looking to be bullish or bearish from the monthly, and when you head to the weekly, it needs to respond with what you're talking about from the monthly and the weekly, the daily, the 4 hour, and so on and so forth, right? So let's remember that we did say that price had a breakout and a break back in. We're looking for the retest below to continue to the downside. Price did move to the downside. Multiple rejections, right? And price started moving way to the upside, coming back to our very same resistance and having some sort of reaction. So all I can say is on our current market price has already reacted, right? And we have a 3 week of reaction now. Prices already reacted for the past 3.
Oh, are you still watching the video right now? I'm sorry for the interruption, but like you guys know it that the HSCC and Circle of Traders, they have partnered. What is the HSCC? The HSCC is the Highly Street Crypto Trader. It's the Highly Street Crypto Club, which was started and founded by Mr. Rafsay with a 12-year experience in the crypto markets. The HSCC is a arbitrage crypto trading platform which has led into becoming one of the biggest trading platforms in the world. At the HSCC, they are highly committed into building an ecosystem arbitrage trading crypto platform which generates profits for all retail investors around the globe. They have 4 different plans to earn and invest hefty profits from. You don't want to miss this deal. They start with as little as $50 up and until an unlimited funded deal, right? It depends on what you're comfortable with and what you'll be willing to take part from. I'm gonna leave the link on the description. I'm gonna leave the link on my bio, and I'm gonna make sure that Circle of Traders and the HSCC help you out in the crypto markets from beginner up and until to professional all the way. You don't want to miss this great deal. Take part into it and something from it, and let the HSCC and Circle of Traders be there for you in the crypto markets. We're signing out.
Weeks. This is the dead week, right? And we'll also have some sort of intraday support zone in smaller time frames. We will see it as we continue. So all I can say is now from the weekly, it's that price has already reacted, like we said on the monthly, right? We're looking for that intraday pullback or exhaustion phase or retest of zones in anticipation of a continuation to the downside, and that won't be it. But or if price pull breaks out, we look for that retest and do what and continue to the upside, because anything can happen. This is just a probability game. Price can continue, price can impulsively reverse. We don't know. We just anticipate and we follow price, right? So on the daily, now, I need you guys, I want to share how we took trades, how we called trades on our Discord and in our trading community, right there. I think it's on the 4 hour. We will hop to the 4 hour. We will go to the 4 hour right now. Let's talk about what's currently happening on our current price. So with price coming to the downside and started rejecting and moving to the upside, coming back to our zone, right? So all I can say is that price has impulsively moved to the upside, pushing to the downside, coming back again, pushing to the downside, breaking out again, reacting, trying to push, and unfortunately breaking to the downside. You can simply tell that price has created that intraday support zone, right? You can simply tell that price has already created that intraday support zone, because once price tapped, and I think it tapped again right there, and I think it tapped again right there, and pushing to the downside every time it tapped. So when price is trading below this very same intraday zone, all I can say is now from the daily, with price breaking out, we need for the retest to continue to the downside, or we simply need to see price coming back again and look for that reversal to the upside. But because I still say we're following current price and we're focusing on current price kind of like broke out of that intraday support. We look for that retest in anticipation of continuation to the downside. So when I say from the monthly that price has already reacted to our support and when to our resistance, and when I say on the weekly time frame, price also already reacted on our support, we're looking for those intraday pullbacks or exhaustion phase in order to continue to the downside. When I now show you guys that we're having that zone that price broke below, and we're now having some rejections that price is still trading below off of them, we're looking for that intraday support, we're looking for that intraday pullback, resistance, okay, intraday pullback, exhaustion phase, or that retest of the zones that price broke below of in anticipation of a continuation to the downside, because you can simply tell that current price we're kind of moving bearish, right? So from the daily, so let's remember from the monthly, on the monthly, price has already reacted on our support, on our resistance zone. So all we're now waiting for is for that monthly candle close. Are we going to close bullish, or are we going to close bearish as we're looking at it, right? On the weekly time frame, like I say, price has also reacted on our resistance. All we're waiting for now is to see as price really going to pull back or exhaust or come back for a retest of the zones that price is breaking below in anticipation of a continuation to the downside. In terms of price created that lower high on the weekly in anticipation of a continuation to the downside, or will price reverse and just close bullish? On the daily, price is trading below those intraday zones, right? So with price trading below those intraday zones and reacting to our resistance zone, all we're looking for is for the pullback, exhaustion phase, or retest of zones that price is trading below in anticipation of a continuation to the downside. And that will be it, right, people? That will be it. So looking at the last page, which is the 4 hour. So when we now look at the 4 hour, people, the 4 hour, I want to show you guys what happened the previous time, right? I remember that we had some sort of support. I think it was right here. I'm not more sure of it. I think it was right there. We had some sort of support, right? And I did say that price had a breakout and a break back in, right? So with price breaking out and breaking back in, I did talk about this on the previous video. I'm gonna leave a link on the description. You can go check it out. I did say with breaking out and breaking back in, we need to look for that retest below and see signs of price failing to break above in anticipation of a continuation to the downside, right? We did get that. Price did do what react to our support, right? But unfortunately breaking below our support. So when on my Discord, when I saw this candle breaking below my support and closing below, I did say that, guys, from the coming candle, let's look for that retest or that pullback in anticipation of a continuation to the downside. And the candlestick opened bullish, but unfortunately traded bearish below the big candle close that we had that gave us the signal, and price continued to the downside, right? So with price creating this zone, breaking below off of our support, price came back for that retest. And I did also talk about this, that once price trades below this intraday zone, let's look for continuation to the downside. And price did what? Impulsively broke below to the downside, right? And that was it, people. That was it. So from everything that I'm talking about, the monthly, the weekly, the daily, and the 4 hour, people, when I now see signs that, okay, what I spoke about, price is giving me some sort of signal, I simply go for it, right? And I simply go for it without doubt or without fear, because I did plan this trade and I'm trading this plan, right? So US30, okay, you looking at US30 on the 4 hour before we end this, right? You can tell that, okay, price has this top zone that it broke off, and we have this top low that price once created, right? So all I can say is, now, because we also broke off of our support, right, and we impulsively continue to the downside, I'm looking for the retest of what, of this very same zone to continue to the downside, or I'm simply looking for price to break below of the zone to continue to the downside, or like we spoke about on the weekly, that intraday pullback or exhaustion phase or lower high formation to continue moving to the downside. And that gonna be it. That gonna be it, people. That gonna be it. That will simply be it. And that gonna be what we also look for, what we also looking to trade, and what we always trade, people. So let's remember that, okay, on our monthly, price also already reacted on our what, on our zone on US daily, right? On the weekly, because price also already reacted from the monthly with a 3-week bear move to the downside, we're looking for that lower high formation, that pullback, that exhaustion, or retest of zones that price broke below off to continue to the downside. On the daily, price had broke out of our support and price is still showing signs of being bearish. Let's look for the pullback, exhaustion phase, or retest of zone to continue moving to the downside. On the 4 hour, because now price is trading below those intraday zones that we're talking about, with confirmation of bear candle close below those rejections and those type of confirmations that you guys will be looking for, with confirmations that we're looking for. If price gave us signs that we did get the confirmations, let's look and continue moving to the downside with price. But if it happens that like price moves bullish, then let's respect price and follow price and trade what price is doing. Without further ado, this is the top-down analysis and this is the review update. That's your boy Harlem. That's all I got. I'm out.